Hello, and welcome to this episode of Inside Legal ESG, a podcast series dedicated to insights, developments, and progress around ESG in the legal profession. My name is Pam Cone, and I'm fortunate enough to host this series. Today, we are incredibly excited to have with us Danielle Douglas, Global Head of Procurement at Clifford Chance, and Louise Zabbar, who is responsible for Clifford Chance's global supplier management and sustainable procurement programs. This conversation follows on from the Legal Foresight Summit, which we held back in March. Today, we're going to be talking about Clifford Chance's sustainability journey and their recent gold medal rating with EcoVadis. For those not familiar with EcoVadis, it is a business sustainability ratings company which companies use to assess suppliers and vendors, including their law firms. EcoVadis uses a globally recognized methodology aligned to the UN Global Compact, the International Labour Organization, Global Reporting Initiative, and ISO 26000. It helps organizations with the measurement and oversight of their sustainability and carbon performance. Danielle and Lou, welcome to today's podcast. I'm so excited to get started. So let's start with an overview of procurement and supply chain management at Clifford Chance.
Thank you, Pam. The Clifford Chance procurement vision is to broaden the value provided to the firm globally by delivering a commercial focus across the end-to-end procurement process. So in practice, this means ensuring that we're delivering sustainable value for the firm, leveraging our global presence, providing commercial advice, training and developing our people, and continuously improving our tools, templates, and guidance to support effective oversight, assurance, and management of our suppliers. And supply chain engagement is crucial in Clifford Chance achieving its environmental, social, and governance (ESG) commitments. And the partnership with EcoVadis is allowing us to work alongside suppliers to help them reduce their negative environmental and social impacts, while allowing us to fulfill long-term ambition of becoming net zero.
So when did Clifford Chance start using or doing the EcoVadis assessment?
Well, we've had various requests from other organisations to inform their sustainability processes over the years, but Clifford Chance officially partnered with EcoVadis in 2020, and in doing so, we became the first law firm globally to roll out our own sustainable procurement programme using the EcoVadis platform.
And is that UK or is that firm-wide?
The rating is reflective of sustainability efforts applied by the company globally, and we have 31 offices in 21 countries, so it's firm-wide.
Wow. And Clifford Chance recently announced that it achieved gold rating with EcoVadis. Tell me, when did that happen?
Well, our scorecard was published by EcoVadis on the 5th of December 2022, and Clifford Chance followed up with a formal announcement from the firm shared in February 2023.
And our gold medal highlights our progress made over the course of the last year and places Clifford Chance in the top 5% of companies assessed by EcoVadis and top 2% of those firms assessed within the legal and accounting services sector.
It was really important for us to lead by example and to understand the social and environmental impact of our decisions for our firm and our value chain.
So here's the million-dollar question. What did you have to do to achieve that rating? Because that's quite impressive.
Thank you. Well, EcoVadis operates an evidence-based online platform, and so we had to provide evidence against 4 themes of their methodology: environment, labour and human rights, ethics, and sustainable procurement, by completing an online questionnaire. The output of the assessment is presented in a scorecard that provides a clear overview of the strengths and areas of improvement, and the scorecards are valid for 12 months with reassessment on an annual basis. Some core highlights related to our progress include setting near-term science-based targets for 2030 as a key element to our longer-term commitment to reach net zero global emissions by 2050 at the latest, creating highly sustainable workplaces with recent examples including our Perth, Sydney, Singapore and Dubai offices, co-founding the Net Zero Lawyers Alliance, presenting at the SIPS Procurement Futures event, where we discussed our sustainable procurement programme and how organisations can create diverse and inclusive supply chains, ranking #1 in Stonewall's top 100 employers of 2023, and driving sustainable change through our Cornerstone initiative, which aims to improve well-being in the poorest communities in Kigali, Rwanda. Most recently, we won the Net Zero Transition Award from IFLR Europe Awards 2023.
So here's the second $1 million question, because law firms are very diverse and have a global footprint, including Clifford Chance, obviously. So who was involved, and how do you corral all of those different entities in order to make this sort of progress?
Yeah, so although procurement led the initiative, there were several teams involved in the assessment and gathering of evidence. And, it was a superb example of cross-functional collaboration. The core team comprised colleagues from risk and compliance, facilities and operations, our comms team, inclusion, HR and InfoSec.
And I would encourage you to check out our Responsible Business website, which is set up to signpost our external stakeholders and provide transparency around our progress, including areas where we can do better and have more work to do over the course of the next few years.
So what does the gold rating, what does the EcoVadis rating mean for the firm?
Well, the work we're doing with EcoVadis to measure our and our suppliers' sustainability performance is really helping us and enabling us to articulate and report against the ESG commitments we have made. And the gold rating we recently received is just the icing on the cake. But, our journey doesn't stop there.
And I think we're seeing more and more companies are requiring organisations to disclose their sustainability measures and practices. So as an active member and participant of the UN Global Compact, and with long-standing commitment and support to the UN Sustainable Development Goals, we have a strong foundation, and we continue to work with our suppliers and our clients to build on this.
So what advice would you give to other firms that are seeking to improve their EcoVadis score?
Well, I would advise them to remember that this is a journey and to focus on the quick wins first. The outputs of the sustainability assessment include a corrective action plan, which prioritises key actions you can take as an organisation. At Clifford Chance, we've used the outputs of the reviews to inform the discussions that we're having with our suppliers as part of our sustainable procurement programme, and to improve their sustainability performance and drive continuous service improvement. In our 2022 Responsible Business Report, we highlighted how we had used the outputs from the assessment for one of our IT suppliers, where we had identified environmental shortcomings. Following the review and discussions with procurement and IT contract managers and owners, the supplier engaged a third-party consultant to support its sustainability journey and has subsequently improved its environmental performance and reporting.
And some of our suppliers have told us that going through the assessment gave them that chance to reflect on their sustainability performance as a whole and shed light on where they needed extra work. And many have gone on to create their own ESG or responsible business reports, which have enabled them to engage further with their other clients.
So what's next for Clifford Chance, and how are you going to support your sustainability performance review?
Well, our sustainability journey doesn't stop with the gold rating. We know that if we want to fulfill our environmental, social, and economic commitments, that we need to continue to invest time and effort in measuring our sustainability performance and working with our colleagues and our external stakeholders to do this. Our corrective action plan has highlighted areas of improvement for both our carbon and sustainability assessments, and we are going to use these outputs to support and inform our strategy for FY24 onwards and work towards achieving a platinum rating. Colleague, client and supplier engagement is key, and we want to do more to raise awareness of the work that we're doing in this space.
Well, it clearly is a wonderful example of what law firms could and should be doing, not just as their own entity, but also working with their vendors and suppliers. Anything else to add for our listeners, Danielle or Lou?
So I guess I would just say it's a wonderful opportunity, a great example to demonstrate what you are doing within sustainability, and also to help inform best practice.
Well, you certainly are informing best practices for many of your competitors and peer firms, because I don't know of any other law firm that is as far along the EcoVadis journey as you are. I encourage our listeners to visit their Responsible Business website as recommended, because I think you'll get some wonderful ideas, and use Clifford Chance as an example of how you can implement these same sorts of steps within your firm. Thank you very much, Louise, and thank you, Danielle, for joining us today on Inside Legal ESG.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.